But now, in the second decade of the 21st century, we have suddenly seen that what we thought was our Arctic becoming the global Arctic, with countries in faraway places wanting to have a seat at the Arctic table. Last year, for example, to indicate this interest, in every meeting I had with leaders of Asia, whether it was the Prime Minister of China, the Prime Minister of South Korea, the leadership of Singapore, and now last week also with the Prime Minister or the Foreign Minister of India. In every one of these meetings, the first item they wanted to discuss was not if, but when they would acquire a seat on the Arctic Council. If that should not serve as a wake-up call for us, the 8 countries, I don't know what can serve that purpose. But we might ask ourselves, why is it that countries in Asia, global players in the 21st century economy, have suddenly acquired this enormous interest in what we thought 10 or 15 years ago was exclusively our Arctic? There are, of course, many reasons. One is that with the melting of the Arctic sea ice, we will see in the near future, and I emphasize the near future, opening up of new shipping routes, linking Asia to America and Europe in the same way as the Suez Canal did in its time. One of the reasons why the leadership of China has such a strong interest in the Arctic is that they are already planning for a world where China will be the preeminent trading country in the world. And if they send their cargo ships through the northern routes to Europe and Asia, the distance will be shortened by more than 40%. China is already building ships for this purpose. They are already formulating plans indicating the number of cargo vessels that will, in this decade, sail through this route. Singapore has already got an Arctic ambassador with the primary mission of finding a location for a big Singapore harbour somewhere in the Arctic region. So, like the Suez Canal indicated a trading transformation of the 20th century, the opening up of the Northern Sea routes will indicate a fundamental transformation of the global trading system in the 21st century. The second reason, of course, is the melting of the Arctic sea ice through its impact on the global weather systems. One of the reasons why the Chinese Polar Institute sent the icebreaker Snowdrugger from Shanghai to Iceland last summer, the first time in history a Chinese vessel goes from Shanghai to an Arctic country through the northern route, was that they discovered in the summer of 2007 and the following winter that the melting of the Arctic sea ice had tremendous implications for the extreme weather events that occurred in China the following winter. And as a result of the expedition last summer, the Chinese authorities could prepare for what happened in January and February of this year, where China experienced in many of its regions destructions of the infrastructure, of the towns and communities, and of the economic operations, perhaps greater than Storm Sandy caused here in the United States a few months before. Storm Sandy, by the way, also being partly caused by the melting of the Arctic sea ice. And if you remember this rather symbolic picture of Governor Christie of New Jersey and President Obama embracing a few days before the presidential election a political event which was thought impossible by almost every commentator within the US political system, it was the melting of the Arctic sea ice that actually indicating the implication for the American political system. But the third reason is, of course, the enormous resources in the Arctic. It has been estimated that about a quarter of the untapped energy resources can be found within the Arctic.